You say the US-China trade tensions are a fear for the markets going forward, but the markets don't appear too afraid, at least if you look at markets stateside.
Thinking about what the markets would be like if we didn't have the coronavirus and the positive sentiment towards us, coming out of lockdown, because that's what's been driving markets. We're not going to return back to a sort of Goldilocks market environment. We're going back to a world where we're really worried about trade and the trade wars and the escalation, the war of words between not just China and the US, but you talk about Canada there. They're having a go at Australia. They're having a fight with the EU. It seems that China's happy to pick trade fights with almost everybody, and it's not just about the virus. It's also about what's happening in Hong Kong. So I think markets are going to have to start focusing on this. Maybe that's one of the reasons the futures markets are just giving up some of that ground that we've made up today, Matt, is that people are starting to focus. This is a big issue. This is the two big dogs in the yard starting to have a fight. So we're not going back to Goldilocks, that's for sure.
Well, how do you position then in markets with that in mind? Of course, trade tensions, we also have no visibility on earnings, a deep recession as well, of course, over the second quarter, potentially the third quarter as well.
Yeah, look, markets have gone from being extremely cheap and pricing in, a very negative economic outlook to being almost pricing in a return to normal, whatever that looks like. So, the value that we've seen in markets has almost disappeared. And a lot of that's happened in the past, few trading days. The Australian markets rallied 5, 6, 7%, mostly via the bank sector in a very short period of time. So we're now looking at highly risky, lower return equity markets. And to be honest, there's probably better value outside the equity market. So we really are saying to people, look, if you've been in the equity market and you've been fully invested, congratulations, you've made a lot of money. You might really want to think about banking some of that and maybe looking into the credit markets or even the bond markets for a little bit more security.